Hello, you're watching Shalom World News. I'm Rory McLennan coming to you from Glasgow, Scotland. Here are the latest headlines from around the world. There is good news for the Catholic Church as the number of Catholics across the globe reached 1.36 billion in 2020, registering a rise of 16 million. The latest figures were released by the Vatican recently, and they were based on the 2022 edition of the Annuario Pontificio, which is the Pontifical Yearbook, and the 2020 Annuarium Statisticum Ecclesiae, or the Statistical Yearbook of the Church. The most significant growth was registered in Africa, where the number of Catholics went up by 2.1%, followed by Asia with 1.8%, while the rate in Europe was just 0.3%. There were 410,219 priests 2 years ago, which is 4,117 less compared to 2019. But the number of priests has gone up in Africa and in Asia. Across the world, the number of non-ordained male religious has also gone up from 50,295 in 2019 to 50,569 the following year. In Africa and Asia, the number of nuns went up by 3.2% and 0.2%, while elsewhere the numbers dropped. A study by the French Ministerial Mission on Anti-Religious Acts in the country has revealed that more than 800 anti-Christian incidents have been reported in 2021. This comes after an initial assessment by Interior Minister Gerald Darmanin last December. Based on the study, Prime Minister Jean Castex has asked two lawmakers, Isabel Floren and Ludovic Mendes, to probe the anti-Christian incidents. The two MPs are expected to submit the report in March. Out of the 1,659 anti-religious incidents recorded last year, 857 incidents were linked to Christianity. Catholic churches are frequently targeted by assailants, and last year a Catholic priest was murdered in Saint-Laurent-sur-Sèvre commune in western France. In December, believers taking part in a Marian procession in the western suburbs of Paris were threatened by Muslim hardliners. According to the Interior Ministry, the country witnessed 996 anti-Christian acts in 2019. A Finnish politician who has been charged with homophobia faced the court for a second day on February the 14th. Former Interior Minister Päivi Räsänen, who is accused of spreading hatred against gay people in the three cases, defended herself and her right to express traditional Christian doctrines on human sexuality and marriage. Before her second hearing, Räsänen said that the prosecutor presented in writing many false claims about her speech and writing that were easily refuted. The veteran leader and devout Christian further added that she does not regard homosexuals as inferior human beings. Instead, they are equally worthy human beings created in the image of God. After the first hearing on January the 25th, Räsänen said that the prosecutor targeted the core doctrine of Christianity by saying that the Bible contains insulting paragraphs. She is accused of criticising homosexual behaviour on 3 occasions by citing biblical verses. Pontifical Charity Aid to the Church in Need has reported that a minor seminary has been ransacked by jihadists in the African nation of Burkina Faso. The Saint Kizito de Bugui minor seminary in Bugui, about 5 miles east of Fada Ngorma, was attacked on the night of February the 10th. The jihadists torched 2 dormitories, a classroom and a vehicle, and also destroyed a crucifix. Luckily, none of the 146 seminarians were hurt in the attack. The insurgents threatened to kill them if they remained there and said they would return. Over the years, the West African nation has been witnessing an increase in Islamist insurgency. In 2019, several churches were targeted, and in 2021, the body of a priest who had gone missing was found in a forest. In Ireland, the Bishop of Clonfert, Diocese Michael Dwignan, has been told by the Pope to hold his current position and to assume charge of the Diocese of Galway, Kilmacduagh and Kilfenora as well. Bishop Dwignan is the first Irish prelate to be the shepherd of 2 dioceses at the same time. The announcement was made on February the 11th during Holy Mass by the Apostolic Nuncio, Archbishop Jude Thaddeus O'Colo. Bishop Dwignan succeeds Bishop Brendan Kelly of Galway, who has stepped down after he turned 75, which is the canonical age of retirement. According to the new arrangement, the 2 dioceses will not be amalgamated and they will maintain their own integrity and autonomy. Born in 1970, Bishop Dwignan studied at St Patrick's Missionary Society in Kiltegan and the Pontifical Irish College in Rome for the priesthood. He was ordained for the Diocese of Elphin in 1994. After higher studies in Rome, he served in Sligo before being consecrated as Bishop of Clonfert in 2019. Meditating on the theme of in the image and likeness of God, the faithful of England and Ireland observed Racial Justice Sunday on February the 13th. The commemoration, marked by a special Holy Mass at Southwark's Catholic Cathedral in southeast London, invited the faithful to recognise and respect the local Catholic community's rich ethnic and cultural diversity. This observance began in 1995, following the murder of Stephen Lawrence, a black teenager in South London 2 years earlier. This year's theme was the continuation of last year's theme, A Time to Act, which reflected on the importance of everyone recognising themselves, their race, their culture, and their history in the life of the Church. As the security situation in Ukraine worsens, Pope Francis has renewed his prayers for the country. Speaking during his Sunday Angelus in St. Peter's Square, the Pontiff expressed his concern over the worrying news coming from the Eastern European country and entrusted the nation to the intercession of the Virgin Mary. Furthermore, he urged political leaders to make every possible effort for peace. The Holy Father also entrusted all peace efforts to the Blessed Virgin. Meanwhile, the Ukrainian Catholic bishops of the United States had called for a 3-day prayer vigil for peace in the nation from February the 13th to the 15th. Prayers, including the Jesus Prayer, the Marian Rosary, and the Paraclesis, were conducted in churches. The bishops also urged the faithful to fast and meditate on the scriptures during the vigil. 1 year into the military junta rule in Myanmar, the number of internally displaced people has crossed 800,000. According to the United Nations Refugee Agency, the number of internally displaced persons has doubled over the year. Before the February the 1st coup of last year, nearly 370,000 people were already displaced in the country. The southern states of Cayenne, Kaya, Mon and Shan South, and the eastern regions of Bago and Tarantiari account for more than half of the 440,000 newly displaced people. Of this, the states of Cayenne and Kaya are the worst affected states. On the other hand, the humanitarian situation of about 190,000 people in the northwestern state of Chin and regions of Magwai and Sagaing remain precarious. And those are your latest headlines. Do join us again tomorrow. In the meantime, you can visit swnews.org for more updates. Shalom.